Hi, I'm Benny Knott from Noisy Post, and recently I got to do the sound design for Tones and I's latest video clip, I Am Free, and I thought I'd do a before and after video or a breakdown of all the different sound elements that I added in. Let's get to it. So the whole first scene of this video clip has no music and actually came with no audio except for one piece of dialogue. Disclaimer warning, there is a swear word in it. But let's just watch that now. So I had to borrow my daughter's scooter to do a bunch of foley, which was good fun. Excuse those offline frames. There's something to do with the export. So anyway, the kid swears. There was some clipping audio as well. They didn't have a sound recordist, and I did my best to fix it up, but unfortunately, there's only so much you can do with D-Clipper. By Isotope, but I'm going to just show you a few layers that I've added to this. So first of all, we've got our ambiences. So I've got, what have we got, about 5 layers. I love barking dogs. I use barking dogs all the time. So you'll hear a crescendo there. Oh, sorry, I've got one stereo hit in there. And you can hear the transition change there to a different scene. So these are my stereo sound effects, and then the rest are all monos. So I'll just show you, I think this first few is the scooter itself. You can actually hear, so that was me riding the scooter, and you can hear in this channel here, there's my footsteps as well. And I've chopped it all up and timed it to go with the picture. And it also pans, so you can see the pan information here. So back to this first scooter sound is just a industrial cart rolling, and I like the meatiness of sort of that sound effect. And then I've got my own here. And then obviously I've got the extra layer with the footsteps. Let me show you what we've got in these layers. So I've got some breathing, which is actually, that's a human male. So I got that from a library. That breathing there is just a male, but I've pitched it up. Then I've got plastic bag. So that plastic bag, there's a couple of layers of bits and pieces, but I recorded that myself with a microphone. And I've got some extra stuff in there just to kind of add the vibe. So the plastic bag comes in and out. I've added just a car passing just for a bit of interest. Even though you don't see a car, I just thought it would add something, an extra element. In that shot, there's not really, obviously there it could be anywhere obscure, just kind of over to the left there. And the plastic bags and stuff builds, so obviously, we go from, I always say obviously, I can't help it. It's just my I think. I say obviously, but it's not always that obvious. But what I've done here is with this, obviously the shot goes, obviously I did it again. The shot goes wide here, so things like the plastic bag aren't quite as dominant as, say, this shot here. You can get a close-up of the bag, and the breathing gets heavier, and what they wanted is a crescendo to the fall. So let's just play through that. So I've got a bunch of layers here. There's like a bone crack for the stick. I've literally threw my daughter's scooter on the ground, which I'm sure she'll love, but So I'll show you some of these layers quickly. So that's like sounds like a trolley smashing. So there's lots of layers in there. There's a wood snap. Another kind of metal impact. So there's lots there, and then there's... And you can hear I've pitched that. It's a bit crusty, but in the mix you don't notice it as much. And then I've got a bunch of like plastic and stuff going on there, plastic bag. Him kind of getting up. So there's obviously like a carton of milk in there, so I've got that sort of stuff. Then he swears, and then the last scene. So these are the sounds minus the ambience. This is the sounds. So we've got footsteps. You've got the... I've got dripping, because you can hear the milk dripping and stuff out of the bag. We've got... There's the little wheel thing hitting the wall there. Scooter drop. So there's a couple of scooter drop sounds and the plastic bag rattling or shaking. And again, so I just recorded my own footsteps outside. And I use a lot of more like clip gain. These days, I think clip gain's so good. It's just quicker and easier to use clip gain on a bunch of this stuff. You can see things jumping up and down. Obviously, I haven't kept everything real neat with crossfades. Most of it does, but not everything. It's probably out of haste, out of working quickly. But that's all the different bits and pieces. So we've got a few ambiences, maybe 3 for each one. And then depending on the sound, so say the scooter falling and him falling over, you can see there's heaps of layers of stuff in there. And most of the times I haven't got effects on these. So sometimes I'll use effects just to kind of clean things up. But at the end of the day, so there I've got D-click to stop the plastic bag sounding too harsh. It kind of just cleans out the clicks, but just almost the crusty distortion, the high frequency stuff. And then I've done a bit of a roll off for his breathing, so it's not too heavy. But most of this, I'll do some clip EQ, which I love to use down here. So I'll rather than EQing on, and I know some of the old school guys will use EQ and then they use automation to print the EQ for each sound effect. But these days with clip EQ, and it's just so much easier to just quickly change the EQ on some of the sounds. But a lot of it I recorded myself, and I was really happy with the tone of most of the stuff that I recorded. So I haven't done a lot to process it. You can see here I've got a little bit of compression on the footsteps just so that the louder footsteps don't stick out too far. But I'll just show you the whole scene as it stands. Obviously, we're not going to show you the track, but you can go see I Am Free by Tones and I on YouTube or Spotify. You can listen there, but check this out. So that's the sound design for I Am Free by Tones and I. I love working on these productions where I literally get no audio and I have to build the soundscape myself. It's lots of fun. I got to record some Foley, pull some sounds from a library, and I really think it's come across really well, tells a story, and builds some anticipation for the song. If you have any questions about this production or you're doing a video clip of your own and you need some sound design, feel free to reach out in the comments below or contact me through my website at noisypost.com.au, and I'll see you on the next one.